everyone, it is me, your one and only Matsimus. Hope you're having a great day. Today is Father's Day here in Canada, and I was lucky enough to find a little bit of time to spend with myself at the firing range. So yes, it's another range day. We're taking the C782 along with the Accuracy International clone from Savage Rifle that I have, bolt action. And we're just going to put some rounds on paper because it's been a little while since we've been to the range. It is a beautiful day here in southern Alberta. We've had a ton of rain recently, so it's been kind of depressing. Although I am in no way, shape, form against rain. Rain is beautiful. Rain provides us crops, which provides us whiskey, which provides us many other interesting things that we really need here to live. So, you know, I love a good rainstorm here and there. We had a massive rainstorm the other day. Yeah, so we're going to punch down the range and put a few rounds down there. For those of you who are living in Canada and it's your Father's Day too, I don't know if it's Father's Day elsewhere in the world, but happy Father's Day. You know, one thing I'd like to mention at the beginning of this video that I think is quite important and that sometimes I think we all fail to remember is that you should really try your best to take some me time. Now, I understand everybody has very strong commitments, whether it's family, work, you know, health conditions, whatever else things are going on in your life. It's imperative, folks, that you find time for you. I know you have commitments, I know you have things going on, but you can't function as well unless you find that time to kind of do you know, like have some time to actually look after yourself, recharge those batteries and get back on the train and get going again, because it's not beneficial you trying to do your job or do your day-to-day tasks or even look after your family, whatever it may be, if you don't have that morale in the background. And you know, I've talked about morale a few times in the past about how important it is. It really is important that you take some time aside. I know it's not always that easy, you know, and I definitely will side with you on there. You know, I don't have much time at all nowadays. The mere fact that I'm keeping this YouTube channel up and running is baffling to me. I have a lot of support from my friends and family to help me do so. But, you know, I do neglect other things. You know, sometimes I don't take care of myself. I know my fitness has definitely dropped dramatically since, you know, doing YouTube, because you get very involved in wanting to support the community and make sure things happen. But today's Father's Day, and you know, I had a little bit of free time while the kids were sleeping, so I thought, let's go and shoot some targets. So I will, I guess I'll meet you at the firing range. Shall I do that whole vlog interchange thing? Should I do the palm to the camera thing when they do that palm thing? Should I? No, it's too cringe. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the palm thing. Okay, I'll do the palm thing. So here we are at the range, getting the rifle a little prepped for firing. Make sure, folks, whenever you're going to take your AR out for a bit of a shoot, you give her a good old lubing up, a bit of a butter tube lubing, should we say, for those who were involved in my rifle cleaning stream the other night. But it was a busy day at the range, folks, and unfortunately I didn't speak too much to the camera in this video until a little bit later on. I have a little surprise for you for today's video. But it's just awkward, you know, just speaking to a camera when tons of people around. I get a little... I guess just awkward. So I didn't speak too much to the camera and into the shoot. I'm having a lot of fun with the SA-20 or the C7A2 clone rifle. Very well made. The gentleman who sold me this rifle, it's been meticulously looked after. Almost, I would say, pretty much brand new. Has absolutely no problems with it at all. The quality of Colt Canada and Demeco that make these rifles is just second to none. I am still adjusting a little bit to try and, you know, get this rifle accurized, I guess, to my own body type and being used to the bullpup rifle. I'll talk a little bit more about that as I start putting some rounds down range. But I'm loving this rifle, folks. It's a fantastic rifle. I must admit, considering it is basically a bog standard AR-15 with a 20-inch barrel, there's nothing fancy to it, and it is a little overpriced for a platform that, you know, really doesn't give you anything extra, anything special, other than high-quality components, that beautiful 20-inch barrel, and I really do enjoy the C79A2 Elkin scope, which serves me quite well, a lot better than the Sousa anyway. So, you know, it's a good rifle to have. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's just allowing me to practice my skills and techniques for actually putting to my service rifle, the C7A2. So let's put some rounds down range and see how we do. So, something I just want to mention here, folks, and it's something that I've been trying to adjust myself. Get out of your comfort zone, people. If you're trying to improve your accuracy, start getting into those firing positions and point of aims where you are not comfortable. It doesn't feel right. Your accuracy is not very good. You're not really accustomed to that kind of firing position. Change it up. Get off the bench. Get off the sitting position. Comfy at the bench with your bag rests and your shooting supports. Get into the most difficult firing position that you're normally not accustomed to and practice on it, work on it. Anyone can shoot from a bench and with a bag, with a tripod, with whatever else kind of support platform you have in place. But when you start practicing the skills and drills you need to actually shoot in the position that you hate the most, that's where your shooting skills will improve overall. Now, for me, it took me a little bit of time to adjust the way I handle the SA-20 because it is a long-barreled rifle, and as I mentioned, my bullpup predecessor, the L85A2, is a little bit different in terms of ergonomics and how you hold it. So I really started to look into how am I going to hold this handguard accurately to shoot, because it's not working very well the way I was doing it. So what I decided to do is to reach a lot further towards the end of the barrel, and I know you see all these operators and the special forces telling you all these special methods. It is really down to personal preference. Of course, taking into consideration some of the key things that you should know about recoil is controlling it at the furthest distance to the barrel, but it was an adjustment for me. So I really encourage everyone else that shoots out there to try something else and get out of your comfort zone. Now, this is the first time this has ever happened to me. I've only had my channel running for about 3 years, but for the first time in my life, I had a random subscriber of my channel come up to me and want to introduce himself and just have a chat and hang out. And as we were at the range, I thought, you know what? Let's have a chat and talk. And he actually had a huge interest in the SA-20. So let's have a chat to these guys, shall we?
Yeah. Safety first, always.
Hell yeah. Come here, gentlemen. I want to introduce you. So we'll do a bit of an intro because I've never met followers on my channel before. So I'll just kick it off. So hello, everyone. It's Matsimus. Welcome. I've just come to the range today, and two people out of the blue just came up to me and was like, "You're a YouTuber. I know you. You're Matsimus." So this is
Eric.
Jeremiah.
So yeah, they basically came up to my firing table, was like, "Oh my god, like YouTube, I would love to check out the rifle." So I put them on the C7, and they've just been tinkering around with it. We put like 10 rounds through on the LAR mag, so we've got the LAR mag here, which actually was kindly donated by these gentlemen. Oh, not donated, they've given it to me, but they're allowing me to use it, and then just my standard 5. So I guess we're predating this introduction, because they've already shot the 10 rounds, but what you're about to see is a magazine change between these two gentlemen. They're going to do 5 rounds in the initial magazine, sorry, 10 rounds in the initial magazine on the LAR mag, and then they're going to change over to the 5-round magazine, doing a quick magazine change. And actually, they did outstanding. You'll see it straight away in the footage here, so I'll fire the footage and off we go.
100 yards or?
This site's formally set to 200. Hello.
How you doing?
Good, you?
Eric.
Matt, pleasure to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
So, yeah, it's formally set to 200. You always zero the C7 at 200. It's just the standard. I'm always used to zeroing my old British rifle at 100, so it's a little bit of an adjustment, right? It's a little different. So, yeah, we'll put your 10 in to the initial load. Okay. Then once you've done your 10, immediate action, tilt to the right. If it's fully to the rear, take the magazine out, put the magazine fresh back in. And again, when it's to the rear like that, oh, well, it will be to the rear.
Yeah.
So you're empty, tilt to the rear, immediate action, magazine out, fresh mag in, tap. Look to the side, tap, forward assist, off you go.
All right.
Happy?
Sure
There you go, buddy.
You basically made this guy's dreams come true right now.
That's good.
All he's talked about is an SA-20.
Good. Nice.
Check.
Okay, magazine out, good. Fresh one back in. Good job, good job.
Check. Oh.
Forward assist. Good job, buddy. Off you go.
Do you always have forward assist?
Every time.
Just in case?
Just in case, yeah.
Because in a battle scenario, if it's not in battery, you're screwed.
Exactly. That's exactly it, yeah.
Clear.
Good job, dude.
You don't have to pull the trigger and it bolts back.
Oh, this.
Yeah, so. There you go. Nice shooting.
Thank you.
That's pretty fast.
As soon as I get home, that's all I do is watch YouTube. So.
Nice, that's good.
So.
Yeah, so we'll do the same thing. We'll give you.
The link. Holy Jay. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Now that.
So just that.
Is that?
That's his.
You know what it is?
It's his.
It's a Savage.
Yeah.
But this stock Holy crap. And this, yeah. Swarovski. Probably what?
No, that's
no?
actually oh, what is it? My goodness, I forgot. SII.
Yeah, well, I thought it was Swarovski, but
Yeah.
so what is that scope?
It's an 8x32.
8 by 32.
Yeah.
34 mil tube?
What's that?
34 mil
Yeah.
tube?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And do you use mil radians?
Yeah, it's mil. Yeah, mil dot, yeah.
See, I've yet, so basically what he started off like the same thing. The 10 round check magazine, same thing, right?
That's exactly it. So you're going to use your 10, you're going to fire them through, and as soon as you get immediate action, tilt to the right, it's fully empty, empty the magazine out, put the fresh one back in.
When you,
piece of paper just to the right.
oh, it automatically opens the dust cover. Okay.
Just the blank piece?
And then once the fresh magazine's in, you're just going to tap that as
No,
much as you
yeah,
can.
I've operated them.
Oh, there you go.
I just want to make sure I'm operating it the way you want me to.
Oh, you're all good.
Okay.
As long as you're safe, I could care less.
Okay.
Safety, absolutely. Holy cow. Oh, this is meant to be like, I see. So, what is the exact name of this site
Of the
here?
scope, the Elkin C79A2.
And what is it worth?
What's it worth? About $1,000, maybe
Holy
more.
I
crap.
saw it on Colton US for 3,400.
Nice.
Okay,
Okay.
we're ready?
Yeah. Awesome. Nice. So for me, that was awesome. Just meeting people who knew me from my channel was absolutely crazy. They're really fascinated with the C7 or the SA20 clone. They had a lot of fun with it. You know, they got to put some rounds down range, try something different. I'm sure they're not used to operating an AR-15 before. It was just an experience to have people who I'd never met before all of a sudden know me. It was a surreal moment. I've never had that before. Very, very strange, but also very humbling to know that people actually enjoy my content enough to come just have a chat with me and say hello and say like, hey man, I know who you are. I really respect you and your channel and the stuff you do. To me, that's, I mean, it's soul food for me. That just makes my frickin' day. It also helps encourage and promote the armed forces. You know, being a serving member of the Canadian Armed Forces, I try my best to encourage those who may have a fascination or an intrigue into the army or any other service to get those, I guess, creative juices flowing into potentially moving into a military career of some kind. Overall, as I mentioned already, it's just a very humbling moment. You know, I was very, almost, I know this sounds very weird, but it just felt a special moment for me, and I've never really experienced meeting strangers who know me from a channel before. And I must admit, driving all the way home, I had a massive smile on my face. And I'm sure they did too, being able to punch a few rounds down on the old SA-20 there. But it just reminds me of, you know, get out there, meet people, don't be shy, speak to people, you know. We're all out there to have some fun. I mean, we're at the range, we're enjoying ourselves, just putting some rounds down on paper. It was an amazing day, one of the best Father's Days I've ever had, and, you know, I think this is a moment that is definitely going to live with me for quite a while. I know it's a very minuscule moment in my life overall, but just the fact of I've worked so hard on my channel and worked so hard to get where I am, and, you know, when people come up to you and kind of introduce themselves and genuinely want to interact with you, it really, really means a lot. Well, there you have it, folks. I am smiling from cheek to cheek right now because that's the first time I've met a random subscriber. You know, I've met subscribers because they're people I know already or already have, you know, showcased my channel to before. But to meet, you know, a random who I've never met before, and that's rude to say random, you know, that's not what I meant, just a stranger, someone who I'd never met before, because random is kind of derogatory in my eyes. But it was awesome to meet these gentlemen. They're, you know, really nice people, really friendly. It was so out of the blue. I was just shooting them, you know, Jeremiah comes up to me, he's like, hey, like, I thought it was you. I can't believe you're here. You're Matsimus, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, holy hell, like, this is so random, but awesome. You know, actually involving myself in my community, seeing my subscribers, really cool, totally random. I'm glad they had a lot of fun. They had a blast. I gave them, you know, a few rounds, a few magazines to put through. They had an absolute field day, I think, with the C7. They're really happy with it. I myself am also extremely happy with it, but it's nice to showcase the rifle to others out there. You know, I think one of my key principles is to try and promote, and in fact we were having a discussion about trying to showcase you know, the shooting culture and the shooting community more. And I think honestly doing things like that really helps. You know, if you're a shooter, if you're an avid shooter, or even just a beginner, whatever it may be, try your best to influence those in a positive, safe manner of firearms and their use in a sport environment. You know, being able to go to the firing range or clay shooting, whatever it may be, and meeting people like that who are so keen on firearms and their passion. They're just smiling the whole way through shooting that C7, just having a lot of fun. That to me is like soul food. It's what makes my day go by. It really is. I love it. I'm really happy they had a fantastic time. I mean, Jeremiah was just punching rounds down range and just not giving a dang. And good for them both. I think they had a really good time. I'm definitely going to be doing some more videos in the future with definitely Jeremiah, because, you know, he plays video games too, which is fantastic. He plays Arma 3 and all that sort of stuff, so you guys know I do a lot of gaming too. But yeah, honestly folks, I'm kind of not awestruck, but just a little frazzled, because I never ever thought in my wildest dreams when starting a YouTube channel I would ever meet someone who knows my channel who's a stranger. You know, that's kind of random to me. He already knew that I had the C70. He'd watched a few of my videos in the past. He watched the video about the you know, the TAP V vehicle, and he was asking about my actual true opinions on it, because I guess outside of the you know, YouTube world I'm allowed to talk of my opinion. I'm definitely not going to stray away from talking to individuals if they ask for my true honest opinion on military equipment, or policies or procedures, whatever it may be. So we had a little discussion about that, which unfortunately I can't share with you right now for obvious reasons. But he, you know, he's really glad that I could just kind of share my honest opinion about what was going on with the different equipment out there and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, honestly folks, it was just a really nice tying off to the end of my Father's Day, meeting people who are just so happy to be into the firearm culture and actually really enjoy my channel. Genuine, nice Canadian people, you know, just really friendly. Now, I'm not saying other people and other nations aren't friendly, but one of the things that I've taken away from being in this country is just how damn friendly everyone is. It's just so friendly, it's so nice. I know I've got a southern accent on right now, it sounds nothing like a Canadian, but it's just that southern culture sounds a lot, or is very similar to that of the northern culture. Honestly though, it's just really nice to come across to the range and meet people who have the same passion and hobby that you do, and are just so upbeat and happy when you get to involve yourself with your own firearms and you know, try different things. And you know, I don't think they'd ever shot the C7 before, and it was just fun. It was just fun to kind of get involved. I must admit my barrel was extremely heated, you know, at the expense of shooting so many rounds, but that is what it is. And you know, I'll melt my damn barrel off. I'll make it turn purple and red and all multiple colors of the heat spectrum to let them shoot as many rounds as they want and keep them happy. Just absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today, folks. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching today's video. Trust me when I say this, a lot more range content coming out in the future. It's going to be a blast, literally. And I'm going to try and involve, obviously, these guys that came along today, and maybe showcase some different firearms that I don't own and they do own. Own? That's not a word. Well, it isn't. It is a word, but it involves electricity. Own. And one of the interesting things was a bullpup maybe on the table to do some shooting with. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, that's it for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if I don't see you again, get to the range, get shooting, have some fun. It's the summertime / spring, end of spring, whatever it may be. get to the range, get shooting. If you want to support my channel, please go check out my Patreon account, please. I really appreciate it. Being that this is a firearms related video, YouTube will probably almost instantaneously demonetize it. And not that I'm here to create or make money, but it is nice to see a little support for any content that I bring out to you guys, because it just means a lot to me. That's it for today. All the best. Bye-bye.